It's day 130. I just realised that it's 10 to 9 and I was just sat, um, decided to try and get off like scrolling social media. So I downloaded like a word game to see if I can kind of maybe have like a bit, see if it helps improve my concentration and my focus and stuff. And I have literally just lost two hours of my life. So yeah, I think it worked. But yeah, it means I've got 9 minutes to do this and upload it, and it's not going to happen. I have been having, no, I'm not going to say that because that's just, I'm going to say I had, I'm not going to say I've been having because that's anticipating. I had some really messed up dreams last night. One element of the dream I've had before, and I woke up and instantly was like, I've had that dream. Talking of sleep. I was like, oh my God, I've had that dream again. I was literally only thinking the other day, like, I haven't had like real vivid dreams or significant parts of dreams that I kind of like remember when I wake up. And this was something that I didn't just remember the dream, I remembered the feeling as well. And I'm very much like, feelings are premonitions, and this thing in my dream would never happen in real life. I mean, it could, but I hope to God it doesn't. But I was then like, oh God, I got to see what this means. And why do I start yawning when I'm on here? I've literally been, I think it's because I haven't been talking through the day, and then suddenly I start talking. And but yeah, so I researched what this dream meant, and it was basically like, it means that you are releasing old patterns and releasing ways that no longer serve you and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I hope that is a sign of things to come. So yeah, other than that, today I've tried to be as productive as I could today. So I stripped all my window down, cleaned all my windows, wiped all my blinds, cleaned all the surface, like checked all my plants over, made sure they were all safe and like happy. Yeah, so I think I'm going to need to bring them in from the window though, because the curtain goes in front of them and it gets so cold. Like, there is steam coming out of my mouth at the moment. My room is so cold. So I think I'm going to need to either start keeping this desk clear and putting them here at night and they're back there in the morning, or finding like clearing this top shelf, or making some space over here and putting them, or maybe I could put them above my cupboard, because then heat rises, but then I'll just forget to water them if they're up there. We'll see, we'll figure it out. But the whole window's been cleaned, so I did that, had a shower. I've tried to kind of like take care of myself. I've scheduled something in for next week that I'm super excited about. So yeah, we shall see. I'm really confused as well, because as I was cleaning my carpet, I found one of my friend's key rings, and it's proper one that's ready to go, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I sent her 2 lots of 28. 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, there was 2 lots of 28. And then there was 3 in the car. I have no idea, but this randomly just appeared on my floor. And I saw that as a sign, like, that, because she'd messaged me when I woke up, the lady, my friend who owns that bar. And she'd sent me, I'd just told her a little bit about stuff that's going on, and she sent me like a really silly joke, and it just proper made me chuckle. So I have bought a couple of things that I want to take with me in March, because it's her birthday in February, it's mine in April, and I'm going to be over there in March. So I've started to get a couple of things, because we've decided that, or we talked about having like a girls' day, me and one of my other friends from over there, so all three of us. The place I'm staying at's got a hot tub, so we're going to have like a girly pamper day and stuff. So I bought a couple of things that I want to kind of like share with them. So yeah, that's cheered me up a little bit today. Yeah, next week's going to be a busy week. I've got lots to do next week. So my plan was to kind of maybe go back to work next week, doing like a phased return if I could, like half days. But on Monday and Wednesday, I'm gonna have to go and sort some things. Thursday and Friday, I had already booked off work. I've got stuff to do on those 2 days that I can't change or cancel. So for the sake of like one day, which I'm going to be exhausted, it's going to be exhausting doing everything on the Monday and then preparing for everything on the Wednesday. So I might just say to my boss, look, next week is going to be like a write-off. But I would like to come back the following week and start getting back into a routine. And then that will give me a few days after sorting everything. So we'll sort everything on Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That will give me 4 days to kind of like get my head back together and kind of get into a back to work thing. But I might still say to her, if there's any way that week I could maybe do even just the Monday and the Tuesday, just to kind of like, because there's going to be lots of questions, there's going to be lots of like, how are you, you know, and I just don't. I've had a few friends reach out today, and I've spoke to a couple, I've replied to a couple of people, but a couple of others I've just been like, I can't. I just, like, as soon as I start talking about how I am, I start realizing how well I'm not. And I don't want to get into that place. I want to, I'm managing my emotional side quite well, but when I talk about it, I feel like I get kind of, the emotional side of me comes out a lot more. So I think, yeah, what I might say to her is, to my boss, is that next week just is going to be an absolute write-off with getting everything sorted. And then the following week, if I could maybe do like a half day on the Monday and the Tuesday, and then a full day the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and see what she says. I think that would be much better for me to kind of adjust and get back into things. And then if I'm still struggling on Tuesday, we can reevaluate then. But I think I'll be able to by then, because I'll have hopefully be just so exhausted physically, and having everything sorted will be like an emotional release, and I'll be able to kind of like, yeah, I think I'm just going to suggest that on Friday. I just know there's no way I can, yeah, I just don't feel confident in myself to be able to work to any standard that I would be confident with. My brain's just not in that place at the moment. But anyway, so let's have a look. I don't think I have screenshot any quotes. Do you know what I did? I did actually, and I'm going to use this. So it said, this year I learned to step away from people and spaces where I don't feel valued. I stopped over-explaining, forcing connections, and seeking validation from others. I trusted my intuition, set boundaries, and removed my energy without guilt. I realised that protecting my peace is essential, and that choosing myself is the greatest act of self-love. There's been quite a few things through the course of having to deal with my mum's affairs that have required me to enforce boundaries, to trust my intuition, it says remove my energy without guilt, but I guess in certain instances I've protected my energy without guilt, but there also has been guilt. So, you know, my initial instinct is that I'm doing the right thing, and then this guilt sets in. So I need to, the main thing there is I trusted my intuition. I think when I do something intuitively and it feels right, and then later on I question it, because to me it feels quite selfish if I do something that is it's not something I'm not used to doing, then I tend to fall into it. Oh, now I feel guilty for doing it, but I know I'm not. I know I shouldn't be. I don't have to be. But yeah, that whole post just kind of it felt like I realised that protecting my peace is essential, and that choosing myself is the greatest act of self-love. Yeah, I have protected my peace quite a few times through this last year. And I have realised that that is, as difficult as it feels sometimes, is the greatest act of self-love, is to recognise when things disturb your peace, and as much as you want them, if they are creating ripples in that peace, then you have to just choose yourself. So my learning is that, off the back of this quote, is that, you know, this year has been a huge, I cannot begin to explain how I went from this February being the happiest I think I've ever been, to the lowest. Like this year, in the way of kind of like things I've encountered in comparison to my whole life, I have done more in the last 12 months. I've experienced more in the last 12 months than I have in any, I wouldn't even say year, I'd say any 5, probably even any 10-year period of my life. I have been through more physically, emotionally, spiritually. Like, I have grown as a person more in the last 12 months than I have in any period of time in my life. And it just makes me realise that things can just change so quickly, and you think you're stuck, you think you're not doing anything, you think it's too late, you think you're too old, and then life will suddenly just do something to shake you and make you kind of wake up. And I'm so pleased that I took this lesson and didn't do what I've always done, which is close myself down and go, oh, here we go again. Like, I've seen it as, no, this time it changes. Like, you know, what is it they say, and I said this in one of my other posts, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. And that's what I feel like has happened. I feel like I've been going through the same things, and for once I'm dealing with them differently, and I'm so proud of myself. I would say something I laughed at today was just, do you know what, just the like, me and my best friend send reels to each other all day, every day. It's our way to communicate. And there's been a few that have really had me proper belly laughing today. And just the way that we communicate with each other. Like, he'll send something and I'll just send back that emoji, or I'll send back no. And he'll just literally like send a row of laughing, because he knows the tone I've said it in. And yeah, I've proper belly laughed. And my gratitude is for, do you know what, today I'm just feeling quite grateful for a lot of things. I'm feeling grateful for, yeah, I'm just feeling immensely grateful for a lot at the moment, for everything, for being able to, you know, for people reaching out to me, even though I haven't been able to get back to them all, for my friend who I can communicate with, you know, as cold as it is, for my room, for my bed, which is nice and warm when I get snuggled in, for my candle, which has made my room smell nice after cleaning my window with like this funky spray. It's made it smell a bit. So I'm just grateful for so much. I'm just grateful to be able to experience another day, to try and be better than I was yesterday. I'm grateful that I found the strength to have a shower. I'm grateful that I found the strength to do the things I did. I'm grateful that I conquered another day, and I'm coming out of it feeling grateful for everything I have in my life, and positive, and looking forward, and kind of, yeah, I have a burden on me at the moment, but I'm not letting that completely envelop me, which I have done in the past. You know, it's not, yeah, it's pulling me down and keeping me at a level where I'm not functioning at my, I'm probably functioning at about 25% of my actual self at the moment, but it's not drowning me, you know. So yeah, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for all the lessons that I've had, and just grateful. So Stacey, I love you. Get the, oh, hiccups. I love you. I'm proud of you. Get this uploaded, and try and get yourself to bed within a reasonable hour. I'm proud of you for today. I'm proud of you for trying to break a routine. You've got a busy week next week. Try and spend the rest of this week maintaining a routine if you can. Try and be a bit better. Maybe tomorrow set an alarm. For tomorrow, set an alarm on your phone so that it doesn't get past, say, 6 o'clock, and then you start thinking about doing your journal, because otherwise you're just going to be, it's going to be getting later and later, and then you're going to be back to not going to sleep till 3-4 in the morning. So, and you didn't last night. You said, you told your friend, he was so good, he messaged you and he was like, no, it's 9 o'clock, come on, curfew. And I switched my phone off, and I'd done everything, and I laid there and I laid there and I laid there, and I played my app again and again and again, and then it was like 11:45, and I just literally grabbed my phone to reset the app again, because I play like this meditation, and I was like, oh, fuck it, and I went online, and I was just like, oh damn, and it was only on there for about 10 minutes, and then I was like, nope, got to do this. And then the last time I probably looked at the clock, it was probably about, I don't know, about 10 to 1, and that was switching everything off at 9 o'clock. It was about 9:15, but yeah. So Stacey, tonight, get this uploaded. Even if you have to get into bed and leave it to just run, just do what you need to do. But I love you, I'm proud of you. If today all you did was what you did, that was enough. Stop being so hard on yourself. Give yourself a break. You're going through a lot. A lot of things you didn't anticipate, which I think is what's kind of thrown you through the loop, is there's things going on in your head that you never thought you would think. But I'm proud of you. I love you. Keep going. One day at a time. All you've got to do tomorrow is be better than you were today. That's it. You're in competition with no one. I hope you don't have any more funky dreams tonight, because I can still vividly remember this one, and it's just such a surreal dream. Like, it's really strange. But anyway, I love you. Get this sorted and stay cookie.